Aloha and welcome to the 10th annual I Teach 808, Empowering Hawaii's Teachers in Technology Conference, sponsored by the Augustine Educational Foundation and Sacred Hearts Academy, Honolulu. My name is Carrie Pendas, and I'll be facilitating this session. We're so honored to have Noah Myers join us today to share his expertise through a 90-minute presentation named 10 Steps to Editing Videos in CapCut. Please be aware that we'll be recording this session. If you don't like being recorded, you may consider turning off your camera during the session or reviewing the recording afterwards. The recording will be made available on YouTube and shared on iTeach 808's website a week after this event. Without further ado, I'll turn it over to Noah Myers.
Yes, my pronouns are he, him, his. So that's cool with me. Yeah, thank you. So honored to be here. Glad to be part of this awesome event. It's so fun to share some of the things that I picked up along the way. And the thing that I'd like to talk to you guys about today is CapCut. CapCut is a wonderful video editing tool, program, application. It's available on just about every device that you have. iPhone, Android, computer, whether it's PC, Windows, or Macintosh. I'm not too sure if it's on Linux, but it's basically a sort of watered down version of Final Cut, but more things more things than you can do on iMovie, especially when you're talking about your phone. So without further ado, let's get started. If you want the presentation, here's a bit.ly right here, and it should prompt you to make your own copy of the slides. So I'll throw that in the chat. And that way you can refer to it later on if you want it. Today, we're going to be going over these things. So what is CapCut, how to set it up, how to trim footage, how to add B-roll, titles and text, transitions, effects, audio, and even to adjust color, make it look nice. And afterwards, how to share it, because you made this nice video. How are you going to get it out there? So what is CapCut? It is a free video editing app. If you want a link to go download it, there's one embedded in here, but I'll throw it in the chat as well. And it'll take you here. So you can join, sign up. I'm already signed in, so I don't have to worry about that. You're going to see a couple other things. And this is what you look like once you're signed in. Sure, you can admit. Yay, more people. What's up, guys? How you doing? All right, so I just shared a few links in the chat. I'll share them one more time. Here is a link to the presentation if you guys want it. Morning, Lance. And if you want to join or sign up for CapCut, go to that link right there real quick, so that you can make your own account. And you can either choose to follow along if you want, or you can just watch me and enjoy and laugh at my dad jokes or not laugh at them because they're not really laughable. My daughter does a better job at them than I do, and she's 4, so that says something. I'm proud of her sense of humor though. So anyway, CapCut. What is CapCut? CapCut is basically a video editing software. A lot of people have used things like Adobe Premiere. Final Cut is an industry standard, as well as iMovie. And I've used iMovie quite a lot. I don't. Oh, yeah, it didn't hyperlink, did it? My bad. Thank you, Laura, for catching that. I'll throw that in the chat one more time. There you go. Much better. All right. And iMovie is cool. It's whittled down. It doesn't really have all of the fancy features. And I mean, CapCut doesn't have everything either, but especially on the phone. And I do actually a lot of video editing on my phone just because it's around me. I don't have to open up my laptop all the time. I've gotten used to using my fingers to like drag and drop and whatever else I got to do. The phone app is really helpful. It's got a lot more features than the iMovie one. I was just kind of going back and forth between them the other day making a stop motion video, and the iMovie really limited. It worked, but it didn't do the things I wanted it to do. Went over to CapCut, able to do it super easy, super fast. Came out great. The quality was really good. So it was super helpful. Your students probably already use it because they're really savvy at finding free things, and that's the cool thing about CapCut is it's free. I don't understand how or why, but they do that, and I'm really thankful for that. So pretty psyched that it's still free. Just keeping up with the chat. I love free too. You know, uh, free things are the best things a lot of times. So anyway, yeah, it's not too hard. It's pretty intuitive. I think they make it easy for people to use, which makes more people use it, obviously. So super helpful for us and pretty cool for them. How to set it up. If you're on the website already, you're going to see all of this stuff right here. I have a couple of projects that I've just been exploring with already. But what you want to do is go over to, see, I'm going to make this a little smaller. There we go. New project. And it's got a really good video editor already embedded in the web browser. So you don't necessarily need to download the app. But if you want to, I believe it's over here, CapCut app. And depending on what kind of device you're using, whether it's Mac or PC, it'll provide you a download link. I think it's on the App Store and Google Play, and you have to go download it in there. And it does have a little bit more features. You don't have to be online to use it, which is helpful. Say you're somewhere with no internet connection, heaven forbid. I don't even know what that's like anymore. But yeah, you can use it. It's going to be totally fine. You may not be obviously able to download and upload things, but that's fine. You can still, like, if you have videos on your phone or whatever camera device you have, you can always import them to your computer and then use them there. Or you can just go around and use your built-in FaceTime camera on your phone or your computer and film things there, which would be pretty funny. But hey, there's always more than one way to skin a cat, which is a weird thing to say. All right, so new project. Oh, I already have a project, excuse me. So you have your project, easiest way to start it, and pretty much everything you have is right here. So I'm going to show this on my phone too later on, so you guys can see not just on the computer, but also on the phone as well. So you're going to make sure that your video settings are up to speed. It should be at 1080p. So I'm going to upload a video from my computer. This one's good. Sorry, my dog is really excited if you hear him in the background. Dogs and Chihuahuas, man. All right, it is uploading. Yay! 32%. Takes a second. It's not perfect, but cool. All right, so I have this video I want to use. There's a couple. Oh my gosh. This is a family video. I'm using one of the Instagram filters. I apologize in advance. So I can either add it by using this, or I can drag it over here. Hey, sometimes you got to tell your computers to listen to you, or you can drag it down there because this is your film reel, if you will. This is where all of your clips will live. I'm gonna explain this in the next slide. So this is your timeline, as video people like to call it. This is where you play back your video if you want to export it, just like how you have it in. Oh, sorry, these screenshots are from a phone, so that's why they look a little bit different. If you want to export it, mine is over here. It's nice blue, easy to spot. And whenever you see this like upward arrow, that's usually assigned to export something. So that's how you would share your video afterwards, okay? All of the things that you can do to it are over here on the right. And it looks a little bit different on the phone. It's going to be probably on the bottom because your screen is like this and not like this, like on your computer. But that's the general interface areas, so you kind of know where things happen. And just to kind of demonstrate, I'm going to upload another video. And you can upload from your Google Drive or wherever you have your videos. Dropbox is pretty popular too. This one's cool. And it's going to take a second, but you can also upload this guy here too. And so, cool, we got 2 different videos that we can kind of mess with and practice along for today. Before I move on, do you guys have any questions about the interface, how to add videos and import them or upload them, things like that? You can throw it in the chat, you can say it out loud, it's up to you. All right, cool, let's keep going. We have Swift here. Ooh, as in Apple Swift or Taylor Swift? Sorry, I'm a programming kind of dude, so I get nerdy about that. All right, anyway.
Sorry, they have the green screen feature. Can you show that one more time? How to do that green screen?
I didn't do green screen yet,
Oh.
but we're gonna talk about that.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no worries. And
Oh,
that's kind of a little bit more advanced, just saying. And they do have like stock views, so I'm just kind of looking at the features.
How did you make these gorilla motorcycle daughter videos?
It's an Instagram filter.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, so I made it on my phone. I recorded it on my phone, and then I imported it here. So there is green screen capabilities, but it's a bit more fancy. And I wasn't going to talk about that too much today. I was just going to introduce you guys, and we can talk about that later if we have some time, if that's all right. We'll probably do that in the second half. Is that cool with you guys? Yeah? Yay, okay, cool. All right, so I see something in the chat. I haven't really had any issues with different file formats. That's a really good question, Lance. MP4 is pretty popular. Most video formats will be either that or MOV. I haven't really tried too many other video formats. I know there are some that are like specific to like iPhones or whatever it is, but everything that I've imported so far has played nicely with it. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. Because otherwise you'd probably have to convert it to something else, and that would be a pain, like another step to do something, but it's possible. But I think it should be all right. It handles everything I've thrown at it so far. Good question. Thank you for asking. All right, so that's the general how it looks. I'll show you guys on my phone right now. And I got logged out on my, oh no. Sorry, I gotta connect my phone again. Give me 1 second. This was I teach. I'll do this demonstration after, so I don't bore you guys. My phone logged me out, of course. I'm trying to log in twice. All right, there we go.
You could ask a question with a little time here. Back
Yeah,
with
for
the
sure.
uploading, when you bring the film into the program, I kind of missed that part. Was that possible just to use like a film from your iPhone? Just any
Yeah,
video?
absolutely. Yeah, for sure. So when you log in on your phone, you're going to be able to see it there too.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, take your time.
All right. My phone was doing the loopy thing because I'm logged in twice. right next to each other, so I didn't want to have that infinite loop we've all experienced teaching from abroad or during the COVID times, the before times. All right. So I'm going to share my other screen. So give me 1 second. All right. And then microphone is off. All right. Is it popping up for you guys? I don't see it on mine.
No.
It says it's working on here. Oh boy, technology. It's wonderful when it's not, right?
Are you trying to
Right.
share your screen? Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
I'm showing my screen on my phone because I want to show you guys what it looks like there.
Oh,
Okay,
cool.
here we go.
Yeah,
So
we
here's what
see
it
it
looks
now.
like on my phone. A little different, right? If you turn it sideways, it doesn't change. So I'll start a new project on here just like how you guys saw. The first thing it's going to show you is recent videos that you have. The thing that I did the other day was I added a bunch of pictures. But for this one, I'll just do this video over here. Oh, you can add it, and then it'll show you the video like how it appears on your phone. One thing it'll do, a lot of times it'll add this little clip at the end. If you don't want it, you don't have to have it. But it's kind of like sometimes they sneak in an advertisement there where it's like, hey, we used CapCut for this, but you can always delete it. If you click on it, you'll have some more options, just like how you saw on here. I can press the delete button and it's goners. You can even change the cover. This is another filter thing you do. This one's hilarious. And you can add text and stuff like that. Yeah, that's just generally how it looks on the phone. And again, in the top right-hand corner, you can't see what I'm clicking, but there's the upload. And when you're exporting, kind of looks like this. And you can share it. And if you press the 3 sideways dots with the blue circle around it, you can save the video to your device. It should already be saved as you see it up here, right under ready to share, save to device and projects. So you'll be able to see it there. But that's kind of how it looks like on your phone. Here's the project I did the other day, a nice wave I caught. And what I did is I just had a bunch of pictures that I put together. And this is the issue that I was having with iMovie when I was trying to do it on my phone. When I imported all of these pictures to do a stop motion film kind of thing, it wouldn't let me change how long I showed each picture. So I just wanted it quick 1 second clips, right? And what I was able to do here, if you click on the little vertical dash thingy doey at the end of the clip, I can make it longer or shorter depending, and it always shows you how long it is. So I got every single one of these pictures to be 1 second long. So it plays through pretty quickly, and it was really nice and easy to operate, totally intuitive. And again, making sure, just something I mentioned earlier, that it's in 1080p. You can adjust the frame rate here. The higher the frame rate, the smoother it looks. The lower the frame rate, the the glitchier it looks, right? And you can change the resolution. The higher the resolution, the more, the better it looks. Sorry to use a local term, more better. If you want it to be a lot smaller file size because maybe you're just doing, I don't know, it's not important to look that good, you're going to want to have the resolution down to 480 or 720, even though both of those looked great about 10 years ago. But now we have 4K and 8K TVs. So yeah, life's different now. And you can even go up to 2K/4K. Not too many things are really going to be that high def, especially if you're using your phone. That's the thing too. And another cool thing, say you wanted to make a GIF or a GIF or a GIF, whatever you want to say, you can make a little GIF too. So it just bounces back and forth and it's just complete, it replays a lot. And just know that if you make a GIF, it's going to dumb down the quality quite a bit. Okay. If you want higher quality, you got to pay for it. So this is how they get you for the pro version, right? Premium feature, just like how in other stuff, like, hey, we got you hooked on this app or this game, but if you want to get more stuff from the game, you got to do things and buy things. So just an option there. But for all of the standard video stuff, it's pretty much free. I haven't had any issues or any limitations that really bother me. So that's why I really love this. But yeah, that's kind of like the rundown on your phones. Do you guys have any questions about that before I move on? All right, if you have questions, feel free to just like raise your hand or throw something in the chat. Thanks. I'm
Is
gonna
that
stop
the
sharing.
Eddie?
No, yeah, I ain't lot at. Those guys are crazy. No, that was just actually the week before the Eddie. It was a nice day at the Pupukea Sandbar. Oh, my secret is out.
Nice. No, that's awesome. Yeah, have is there like a collaborative feature to CapCut where you
I
can like,
haven't seen that yet.
yeah, I haven't either. Yeah.
So it's more like on your own, but you can always share the file and then probably allow somebody else to collaborate as well. Or old school technique, just give them your login if you're trusting. But I generally don't like to do that. All right, let's go back to this one. Trimming footage is pretty easy. I like doing the drag and drop with the left and the right. So if you go back on here, like if I didn't like it, I can just, sorry, it works better on the right. Do it like that. The old school way and the more typical way. So you have, this is where the place marker, placeholder, whatever you want in your video, right? Wherever this is, there's some tools that you can use. Where is it? So if I select this, and then, oh, where did that thing go? There's a splitter. Sorry, give me one sec. Where did the splitter? Oh, it's right here. It's funny, like sometimes you change things around and things disappear. I love technology. So the splitter, what we'll do is like you find the spot where you want it to split, right? And what it does is it separates it into two clips now. And if you didn't want anything after that, you could just delete it like that. And that's a pretty exact way to do it. I don't really want to split it right now. But yeah, there it is for you. I'll just delete it. And then you go over here and you can press the delete button or you can two-finger click it and then you can delete it from there. And I say I wanted to go backwards because I messed something up. Command Z or Control Z on a PC. And now it's back to where I had it back before. That's how to trim stuff. Pretty easy. A lot of times people just want to do, drag it over here on the right. I think it works better when it's on the right hand side, so you're trimming the end of it. But yeah. And then adding B-roll. B-roll is kind of like background. It's like not your well, A-roll is this, say you're doing an interview, okay? How to explain it like this. A-roll is the video of your interviewee. Say I was interviewing a teacher at my school for a project, or my students were doing that, and they're talking about an esports program, right? Anybody that we're looking at and interviewing and talking to, that's our A roll. The B roll is like the background, kind of like behind the scenes sort of stuff, explaining what they're talking about. So it might be a video of the students playing the video games in their esports tournament, right? And that helps the viewer to understand what they're looking at a lot more than just listening to somebody talk about it. So if we go into settings and we click overlay, we can add different graphics or whatever it is. There's going to be some really interesting B-roll for this. It looks a little different on here, so oh, shortcuts. We'll talk about that later. Um, no, I didn't want that. Where did the settings go? It always changes on me. Oh, my presentation is talking more about the phone, so I'm gonna actually jump back over there. So give me 1 second, okay? All right, I'm gonna jump back to my phone, so I'm gonna stop sharing here. My daughter just came in to say hi. Okay, cool. So jumping back on my phone, moving the screen out of the way. Oh, they changed it. It moved elsewhere. I don't exactly know exactly where it is now. Um, overlay. Where did it go? Overlay. Oh my gosh, it was right there the whole time. So add overlay. I'm gonna put another video. We'll do this one. Add it. And it's gonna be on top. It's like you're basically playing two videos at the same time, right? And that's one way to like have your interviewer on on the screen as well as the thing that they're talking about in front of it, right? I know this isn't the best example because it's like nothing to do with what I'm explaining in the other example, but it's something that you can do, right? So I'm gonna stop sharing from my phone 1 sec. I know I'm bouncing back and forth, apologize. And I'm gonna go back to the presentation. All right, I am screen sharing, cool. And you can add graphics, you can add videos, there's all sorts of stuff. Anything that you can add into like a normal clip area is something that you can overlay on something else. Over here, I don't see that overlay button. Oh, here's how you kind of like do one on top of the other, I believe. So it's a little bit different on the desktop app. And that doesn't quite make sense because the audios are mixing and the one on top is the one that's being shown, right? But yeah, you can navigate your clips vertically over here to transition from one to the other as well. Adding titles and text is pretty easy. So if we go back to the video, I'm actually just going to delete one of these so it's cleaner now. Let's see. Lance, what's your favorite color?
Purple.
Purple. Okay, let's look for something purple. I don't see many purpley things. See lots of blue. Oh, here you go, a little bit of purple. All right. So here's the text, right? And then where did it go? So I want to add it to the stuff over here. And the actual text you can change over here. So bananas are delicious. Doesn't quite fit like that. So I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. Or one thing that you can do rather than going on one line, you can space it out like that. I'm going to change the font a little bit. And you can even change the styles, the colors, whatever. Let's make it more purple. There you go. And then change the spacing. There's all sorts of things that you can do. If you want to look at more things, always look for these little drop down arrows to the style of text that you're doing. Again, these are just templates. You can start from these or you can go to other ways. I want to align this on the right so it looks a little bit better. And if I go back up here, you guys will see a little bit more about what I'm talking about. So now everything is aligned on the right because it kind of fits better in this space. We move it around. Blending it. So this is the opacity or the transparency. If it's a 0%, you won't be able to see it at all. Around 70 to 80, you can see a little bit of the background, which is kind of nice. It kind of blends with whatever's behind it. You can change the outline color. Make everything as purple as possible. Doesn't really change that one particular example too much. Canvas is the stuff behind it, so I don't really want it to be anything. I'd rather be opaque, 0%. But if you need it to pop out more, that's a good option for sure. You can add shadows and all kinds of other stuff. This one already has it because of what's happening with the text already, the style that it's borrowing from the template. But yeah, this is kind of the same menu that you had over here, but just giving you somewhere else to find it because you need that, I guess. But yeah, that's selected. When you have this selected, and depending on what you do select, more stuff will come out, right? Any questions on text? That was pretty quick. You want me to do it one more time? Yes, please. I see a nod. All right. The text only pops up as long as I tell it to, so I want it to be the whole clip right there. We'll do about half of it. We're going to add another piece of text. Again, that was just a preview. So it says default again. What's something funny I could say? And nutritious. That's not funny at all. I felt like I spelled nutritious wrong. There we go. And I'm going to copy this template that I kind of went for earlier. Going to put it over here. And got to select the right thing. I'm going to align it to the right. That was not this part. Where did that go? Spacing. Oh, alignment over here. Sorry, it's so small, it's hard to see sometimes. This doesn't quite fit, so I'm going to drag it over, make sure it's there. Size is a little too big, so I'm going to make it a little smaller, like that. So yeah, if I were to play the whole thing all the way through, this wonderful video. And so that's kind of how you throw in a little text to this wonderful video of my kids becoming bananas. Oh boy, this is going to be on the internet, isn't it? All right, I see some stuff in the chat. How you guys doing? Oh, that's cool. I have kids that love CapCut a lot more than iMovie too. And I did think that the quality does come out pretty good. I haven't noticed a huge difference. Why did your kids like CapCut so much more? I'm just curious. If you don't mind answering, you don't have to if you don't want to.
Oh no, I don't mind. They just said it had a lot more features and it was very, again, they're tech savvy, right? And I had never heard of CapCut before. They even brought it up because I signed I had an Advent project for them to do where they had to capture everything that they did for their families over the holiday. And they said, "Can we use CapCut? Can we use CapCut? Because we don't want to use iMovie." And I'm old school. I just thought iMovie was it. So they
Mhm.
taught me a lot, actually.
Yeah. I always learn a lot from these kiddos, and it's true. It's a lot easier to use in my opinion. There's some getting used to the format of it, but it's pretty similar to every other video editor out there. But oh yeah, that's cool. I think we heard about it from our kids too, so it's kind of funny. Are we the teachers or are we the learners? I think that role flips quite often. All right. Any more questions about text? You don't have to do the fancy text. You can always do like basic stuff, but that was just an example from the templates that they found. All right. I'll take your silence as compliance. All right. We have been here for about 40 minutes. I know that's a bit of a time. So if you guys want to get up, stretch your legs, go grab a snack, I'm going to implement a 5-minute brain break. So it is 10:40 on my watch right now. So if you guys want to go get a snack, go to the bathroom, do what you got to do, go for it. Yeah, I'll be doing a little bit of the same, but I'll be back a little bit beforehand if you guys want to chat and talk story. Okay, cool. All right. See you guys in a couple. All right, I'm back. How you guys doing? Lance, that's a good question. Let's see. Memory hog in that it uses a lot of space on your hard drive, or memory hog in that it uses a lot of processing power and RAM? I haven't had too much issue with the processing. I don't have the latest iPhone or anything. But as far as the space, I never looked at the size of the install file. Size of CapCut app on iPhone. So I'm just trying to figure it out. It is 557 megabytes, supposedly. So that's pretty big. I think a lot of their games are a lot bigger than that. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. But it helps if you're on Wi-Fi to download it. Yeah, save often. And it does, when I was using it on the website, it's automatically connected to the cloud for it, right? And you don't have a whole lot of space to save actually on the cloud. That's one way that they get you to pay for it. It automatically saves for you as you're going along, like every few minutes or whatever it is. But you will. Oh, we have a participant waiting. Admit. It will do it for you automatically, but just you are limited to how much space they allow you to have on the cloud. So just be aware of that. And we all know video files get really big, really fast. So good question. Yeah. Thanks, Lance.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. I haven't done any huge videos on this yet, just kind of like little clips and stuff for social media and for little things on my class, but I haven't had too many issues with that yet. I'm sure other people will definitely encounter that as they go on. I did find the overlay issue, and I don't know why I didn't think about this, so I can go back and talk about that. Are we all back? We have participant. Hello, participant. That is probably the best name so far. And then, all right. So this is me Googling. Okay, the overlay thing. It's just like what I thought it was. I don't know why it's early on a Saturday. So what you would have to do is here, if you're having your two videos and one is overlaying and replacing the other, like this one is replacing the bottom one, you would have to mute. I would probably split this down here, perhaps. And then you can extract the audio or mute the audio. So if you look at the audio for it, right, you're gonna just take it either down to negative infinity or whatever it is, to kind of make sure that it does not interfere with the audio on this one. Or if you don't want the audio on this one, here's the audio for it down here. You can delete it, get rid of it, and it should. Sorry, just making sure the audio is back to normal. I suck at sliders. There we go. 0. Let's press play and I want to see what happens. Yep. So that's one way to do it on the website editor. I've been noticing as I go back and forth between my phone editor and the website editor, some of the features are different because, well, you have less space on the phone screen. So they try to make it a little simpler and better for that format. But the website editor is a little bit more robust just because it's a bigger device, bigger screen. And the app itself, I believe, is a bit bigger. I haven't dabbled too much with it just because I've been using, honestly, my phone most of the time. So yeah, again, I extracted the audio. You can recover it too. I'm just 2-finger clicking over here or right clicking. And then I can recover my audio. See if you, I don't know if you noticed it, but on the bottom, all of the audio is represented in these little tiny vertical bars. If I extract the audio, it's now gone. but it's not gone forever. And I can delete it over there, right? And if I want it back, I can either press Command Z or Control Z to go backward, or I can recover the audio that way. So that's kind of the bit about overlay, how you'd put B-roll to replace whatever your A roll is down here, right? And I didn't honestly need to split this. It just kind of depends what you want to do. All right, now it's 2 full clips. So that's a little bit about that. Sorry for the confusion earlier, but that's how you generally do overlay or adding B-roll to a clip. Any questions on that? A lot easier than I thought it was. I don't know why I decided to make things complicated. All right. So that's B-roll. Now let's get into the fun stuff. Let's add some transitions. So I'm going to make these 2 clips in the same line again. So all I have to do is kind of like drag them over like that, so they're concurrent, one after the other. All right, let's add some transitions. I'm going to demonstrate it on my computer just because I'm sick of going back and forth between my phone, but it more or less looks the same. I just have to find the right icon right here. So you can go in your settings, and in settings again, if we go up to the top on your phone, excuse me, the settings will be down here, and all that over here appears over here. Okay, so it's just more space, different size screen, so it's easier to find things on the computer. You're going to look for animation on ours. It also looks like transitions. So it's labeled a little bit differently because they have to organize their menus a little bit differently. So for our transitions, you just click it, add it, and it automatically goes between the 2 clips. You don't have to worry about it too much. So I'm going to drag this over here so you can kind of see how it goes. And it just flips seamlessly between the 2. Better transitions are always better than just having 2 clips jammed together. Just makes it more interesting for the user. It's like, oh, that was cool. Blah, blah. And there's a whole ton of transitions that are available to you. I mean, my goodness, you spend all day navigating through whatever they have. Flashes are pretty popular nowadays. You can blink. That sounds pretty cool. Let's do a blink just as a demo. And again, here it is, adding it in automatically, and you can probably do a blink. I want to add, excuse me, no space because there's only 2 clips, right? No space. All right, you can't add transitions in the beginning. It can only be between clips, which makes sense. Here's the blink. Pretty cool. I like the blink. It was nifty. And film, I don't know, there's all kinds of transitions, but yeah, super easy. Tons of transitions available to you. You can also kind of whittle it down over here by going on whatever different, because like they had different what do you call them, genres of transitions, how to split it up, so you can make it a bit easier this way too. Any questions on transitions? Or should we transition elsewhere? All right, Lance says, let's transition somewhere else. Lance, I'm gonna pick on you. All right. I think we all try to be effective teachers. So let's be effective at using effects. Just makes things a little bit fancier, right? And again, this is specific to the phone, but I'm just digging the website app right now. So effects is kind of like a filter, right? Over whatever picture or video clip that you have. So I'm selecting this guy. This would look really weird as a color negative. That's hilarious. All right, so that is honestly just a a preview of what it would look like. I have not applied it yet. Okay. If I want to apply it, I have to press that little blue plus button. But that was a little too wild. Blue negative. I don't know what this one is. Oh, that's kind of cool. It's like an overlay. I like it. Oh man, they have so much stuff. I've scrolled through this a little bit, but dang. And if you want to make something a favorite, you see this little star right here? That's how you give yourself a favorite, and it kind of whittles it down so it makes it so like you use something on a previous video that you really liked and it's kind of your style, it's your preference. You're gonna make it your favorite, easier to find. That way you don't have to sort through the entire thing to find that tiny little thing that you really liked, right? But that's how to add effects. Super easy again. Like I said, everything that they do on here is pretty basic, but is really effective and the quality is pretty top notch. I like it a lot. You can do a couple of other things when looking at the effects. So let's apply this guy. All right. Here we have our effect, ripple distortion. Let's see what it looks like. And it was only over that tiny bit of the video. As you kind of saw, it did that sort of ripple distortion is what it called. You can adjust a couple of things within it, but not really. Sometimes you can adjust how fast it is, but you can also pick how long it goes. So if you want it over the entire clip or just over like one little moment, that's fine. Some of them I think have more effects than others. I don't have these in this particular example, so they don't really apply. But yeah, let's see if another one. No, you can't really. Let's go to the basic effects, like fade out. You can even overlay effects. That's crazy. That would really make people confused. Yeah, so these particular speed, cutout, and stabilize aren't as relevant on the video editor on your computer. But a lot of that stuff you can just do by clicking and dragging. So I don't know what else to say about effects. You guys got any questions? It's pretty basic, yeah. Oh, I love this app. It's so helpful and so useful. All right. We talked about sounds a little bit. Adjusting audio. So again, this is kind of what it is on the phone. I can show you that afterwards if you guys would like. So if you're going to look at a particular clip's audio, you just click on that clip, look at the audio. You can change the volume, how it fades in, and this applies to how many seconds. So if I want this one to fade out, I'll probably do about, just like a couple of seconds. And what that would do is the 2 seconds before, or 2.1 seconds now, the 2 seconds before it transitions to the next one, the audio levels would dip down and get really quiet. And then the next one, I could probably do a nice fade in. And that just makes the transitions a little bit better. So fade in, we'll do like, I think 2 seconds is honestly a bit long. So we'll go back here. I'm going to make it down to 1 second. And then as you go between them, it kind of not really distinguishable, but it does help to transition between one clip to the other. So they're not really like, just like the sound from one is slapping the other, you know what I mean? And another thing, I haven't really used this one yet, but if you have a clip that's really like got a lot of white noise or a lot of background noise, you can use this to help reduce it. I haven't used it too much, just because my clips have pretty decent audio so far. You can even put effects on them. I really want to hear the megaphone on this guy. Let's go. It kind of sounds like a really old recording, yeah. In a really terrible speaker. Let's go chipmunk. So it changes the quality of the audio, so it's probably an octave or two higher. It's like your cell phone helium. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff you can do, but really not like too much. You can change the volume, the fades, reduce the noise, and there's some effects that you can do to the audio too. You can change the speed of your clip. So you can customize the duration, shorten it here, and that's kind of like trimming it, like how we would if we were to drag it to the right and the left. Going back to this clip. If you want it to go faster for whatever reason, so let's speed it up a little bit. Notice it trims it down because if you make it faster, it's going to go by faster in the clip. But just know that whenever you do that, some video editing programs are okay with this. They don't mess with the audio too much, but man, that got really garbled and weird. So it just totally kind of ruined the clip. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it if you're gonna try and keep the integrity. Well, you can make it much longer too, but keep it a nice, even 1x speed. Okay. And then everything should be all G. Oh, I wonder, let's see. This should make it. Yeah, that sounds terrible. Could you guys hear that audio, or was it just me? You couldn't hear it at all? Oh, you guys haven't been hearing my audio at all? Oh, I feel bad. Okay, sorry about that. My bad, guys. Well, I don't know how to do that in Zoom. Let's see. Share computer sound. Okay, I can do that. All right, can you hear me? All right, let's try play this.
Oh yeah, you are.
All right, so you heard how God, I cannot talk. How terrible that audio was. Let's go back. And all I did was oh, now it's even worse. Oh, you know why? Oh man. Lolo. I forgot the thing I just did. I put myself as a robot. I forgot to change it back. I'm so sorry. All right, let's go back to speed. Let's see what happens. 1.5. All right, so it should be a
You know
little.
what I'm hungry for?
Banana.
Ash, are you banana? Oh yeah, you are.
All right, that sounds pretty good. It was a little bit weird. Not the best quality, right? If we go back to speed, I wonder what changing the pitch might do.
Hey Liv, you know what I'm hungry for? Banana.
So the pitch will adjust. When you speed something up, it's going to sound a higher pitch. When you slow something down, it's going to sound a lot lower, right? What this does, and it's pretty cool, it's not perfect, but it does a good job of it. If you hit pitch down here, it'll make sure that the pitch doesn't adjust, right? But automatically it's going to try and keep it about the same. So let's make it slow so we sound like Barry Manilow. You know what I'm hungry for. Oh, that's painful. So my voice didn't change much, right? But if we hit pitch, it's going to make me sound really low. Dude, Barry Manilow all day, right? All right, so that's a little bit about speed. Tons of fun to be had there. I'm going to undo because that is terrible. Let's go back up to 1. All right, and animation. Just kind of the things that we did over here, the transitions, fade in and fade out. You can add it to the clip. So this is kind of cool. I like fading in the shots a lot. That way it doesn't just blink in and all of a sudden it starts. So if you want your shot to fade in, you can do it there. And you can even, you're supposed to be able to drag it. So, oh no, the fade in stuff. Yeah, the duration is down here. Sorry, I was looking for it. I'm not going to fade in the entire thing. but usually about like no more than a second. Looks pretty good. You can see it a little bit better then. If you want to be like an old school PowerPoint presentation, you can rock in or roll right. I remember like the spinning ones when we thought it was the best thing in the world. Slide in is a nice one. But yeah, that's how you do the in, the out. You can do a Ken Burns kind of thing where you zoom in or zoom out or transition left to right. Rotate out. That one's kind of cool. So if you don't want to do a transition here, you can kind of do something similar with the fade in and fade out over there on that particular clip. But yeah, that's a little bit of animation you can apply to your clip, make it enter and exit the screen a little bit better so it's more interesting. I see something in the chat. Yeah, I've always liked fading in and out. Really simple, but man, it looks so good. All of the others are a little too cartoony. Yeah, I like the fades. Cool. Any questions about animation? No, right. And again, this looks a little different on my computer than it does on the phone, but my directions kind of point you where you got to go. So it's the same things, just organized a little bit differently. All right, 11:07. We're looking good on time, guys. Color. All right, so let's go chat about filters. We did that already, actually, right? Down here. No, we didn't. That was effects that we did. No, we didn't do that. I swear we did some filters. I'm spacing. But yeah, lots of cool filters like you want to make it look more. Oh yeah, down here. These are effects. That's what we were doing. So effects and filters are a little bit different. Let's throw this guy on the first clip. And even see how these guys are starting to overlay, right? All right, the color qualities kind of changed from here to here. It got a little bit more warmer. Oh boy. And this one, yeah.
Asher,
So if you want to give it a little twist, make it look kind of cool.
Asher,
There's all of these different
Asher, are you banana?
filters that you can apply to your stuff. Black and white's cool. Makes it look old school. Yeah.
Asher, are you banana?
Super easy to apply them. If you want it on the whole clip, you just drag it through the whole thing, right? But it can be kind of cool, a nice effect sometimes, just to put on like 1 second of your stuff to emphasize a moment. It just depends on how you want to use it. But yeah, that's how you kind of mess with your color. The intensity of it kind of is like the effect will be on all the way at 100 or not on it all at 0. So if you just want a little bit of it, you don't want the whole thing. Let's try this black and white.
Asher, are you banana?
And I'm gonna get rid of this. So we're gonna do the black and white 3. I'm gonna add it to the first clip. So I should get some color back if I tune it back to 0, right? It's back to normal. So kind of just like a little bit faded. It's like we're taking out some of the vibrance of it. And now it's all gone. So just way to customize it a little bit more. Any questions about filters? Lance, you're playing around with it, aren't you? I could tell. How dare you do work while I'm doing work? No. That's really cool. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Super helpful. Are you just kind of curious? Are you having an easy time navigating through it? It's really easy, yeah? Yeah, they lay it out good. I've been enjoying the computer one a lot. I did do some stuff on my phone, but I didn't really get too much into the filters a whole lot because I kind of like how things look generally as they are. But the transitions and everything are really helpful too. That looks really weird.
Asher, are you banana?
That looks really weird. All right, cool. Let's go back. All right, we're almost there, y'all. All right, so we have a video. We've imported our media. We've organized our clips. We've perhaps even done a little bit of overlay to go from A roll to B roll, right? And we've applied effects. We've messed with our audio. We've got the speed correct. We even have a filter on there so we can get our Instagram filter favorite thing you do, whatever you want to touch your color up. And now we're ready to share it with the world. Well, this is probably the easiest part. So whenever you see this sort of upward arrow button, that's your opportunity to export and share. Yeah, we'll have some time at the end to do the mobile version. I'll run through that a little bit more, Lance. And thank you for the heads up on the 15 minutes. We're like 4 minutes away from that. All right, so share. My video is nowhere near as amazing as your guys' is right now because this is just me playing around, messing around, right? So export up here. You can choose the file name. Call this I teach 808 demo. And I want it to be 1080. I wonder if it's going to let me do 4K. Wow, that's a huge file. So I'm going to do 1080. Select export. And what it's doing is it's rendering the video now. It's going to take a long time because this is probably the longest part in all of this process. Downloading it takes like that, but rendering it, making this project into the video that you want it to be takes a little while. But being that this was only about 7 or 8 seconds, it didn't take forever. It wants you to upload to TikTok. I don't have that. That is the one social media I've not dabbled in. But you just download it, put it wherever you want, so on and so forth. Not too hard. This particular video wasn't too long, ended up being about 30.31 megabytes, which is pretty big, I guess, right? But yeah. The format it chooses for you, you don't really get too much control over that. I don't know if the desktop app allows you to choose your video format, but MP4 is always pretty awesome. I have no problems with that. You can always convert it to something else later, but it might mess with it a little bit. But yeah, save it, share it with the world if you want. Make a family video, make a Instagram post, whatever you guys want to do. A little demonstration of your project you're doing in class. All kinds of opportunities here. Super helpful and super easy. I've quite enjoyed using it thus far. Yeah, any questions for right now? We have some time, so let's go through, let's make a video on my phone. You guys want to do that? Cool, let's do that. I'm gonna close this. All right, I'm gonna stop sharing on here. Give me 1 second. All right. My father-in-law is babysitting right now and listening to some old school blues, rock and roll. I'm loving it. Okay, cool. What's up, Lowell?
What's up? What's been the coolest CapCut feature so far for everybody? I'm so curious.
I think my favorite is speed. What about you guys?
My students really like the reverse effect.
Mhm.
I'm still learning how to use CapCut myself, but they like the feature where they pretend to do the wrong thing and then they take that video and they reverse it and say, let's
Yeah.
try again and make it the right decision. yeah, that's been their favorite. But
Yeah, that's a good
yeah.
one. Lance has been playing with it all along. How about you, Lance?
It's more better than iMovie.
More better, yeah. I believe that. Yeah, man, I was having so much issues with iMovie, and I was like, I found CapCut, and I was so psyched I found it. It was really easy to do that stop motion one too. You guys want me to show you that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever, is anything.
All right, so I have it already set up right here. Let me see if I can add it one more time. It's gonna take me a second. All right. Hopefully nothing inappropriate on here. Wait, that's way too far. Where is it? I lost all my pictures. Just a lot of baby pictures, but you know, I don't know why it's not showing it. That's really recents. I guess it got rid of that. I don't know why. I don't understand iPhone sometimes. They try to make it so easy for you, but it's not. Oh, that's why. Okay, hold on. Give me one sec. Recent photos. All right, so here's the sequence right here. I select the pictures. Hey, you gotta press the tiny little circle on the top right. And then add. And as you notice, sorry, I can't get rid of this screen. It comes out as 3 seconds, and that's pretty long when you're doing stop motion. So what I like to do, give yourself a little bit of space and just start moving everything over. I found that 1 second was good for this. And I can go through and do all of them. I don't know what this thing is. I never used it before. So down here, I might want to adjust the brightness, like how you would edit a regular photo on your phone. I kind of like how it looks already. Let's put a little grain on it though. Looks like a film. And I want to apply it to all so that everything looks the same, right? Sick. Oh man, I'm a surfer in the 70s. I got film grain. Enhance. I don't really want to do that. I'm enhanced enough, I feel. Style. No. What? What? That's a little too wild. No, we're gonna go. No. That was kind of weird. Video effects. I don't really want to do any effects on this guy. So let's get out of here. Oop. Animation. It's kind of like, I guess with this type of video, you wouldn't really want to do any animation on it, honestly. Fading in and out would be pretty weird. And that's the same thing that we saw at the end of the presentation that I showed you. Overlaying, if I wanted to overlay another one, but I don't really want to put another video on this. I can mute the audio on the clip if I want to throw something on later. This particular one is just pictures, so it doesn't have anything. Filters, yep, if you want to do pro stuff, you can. Nature. Press and hold to save. Looks a little too vibrant. It's like fake colors, yeah. So I'm gonna go back to no filter on that guy. Hey, go back. I can delete it if I want, but I'd rather keep it because it's kind of cool. I never used graphs yet. That's really weird. Oh, that's cool. You can mess with your transitions. So let's add a transition. Where are they? Where's that transition? Not a filter. Canvas? Nope. Format? Nope. Effects? Nope. Oh, they're already added in. So I already have transitions in here, and I think if you have multiple clips, it'll probably just show something already. So let's see. We'll do a black fade between that, and that's kind of cool. You can do 0.1 second, so it's barely noticeable. That's going to be kind of like a blink effect. 0.4 is a little bit nicer. Yeah, I prefer that. I'm going to apply it to all, which will totally ruin the stop motion of it. But you know what the cool thing is? You know how to undo things. CapCut more better. Yeah. So I didn't really want to put transitions, so I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to keep this stuff. I've always found it really interesting how app designers have to put features in apps that you would find on regular stuff and make it more user friendly, right? So, oops, select it, make it smaller. Yeah. So this is me just messing around. Pretty easy to do stop motion. I love stop motions. I think they look really cool. One thing I just noticed is that it got the color on this one was not applied to this guy. So I can now apply nature to everything. And notice one thing, they put this little thing at the end. So CapCut. But I mean, you can edit it. You can delete it, change the text, whatever you want to do. The text would be, oh, it doesn't even show you the text. It just tries to make you put CapCut in everything. Yeah, that's kind of how you are a little bit of run through on the phone. It always looks a little bit different. It's going to take some getting used to. But hey, it works pretty cool. And honestly, I do a lot of simple editing on my phone and it works great. I've been pretty impressed with it so far. Yeah, that was fun. A little bit throw myself into the fire, hey. But I'm gonna close this guy, go back. I'm gonna stop sharing on my phone. We only have like 5 minutes left, so how you guys doing? Oh, I'm glad you like that, Lance. Okay. All right, well, that was just it's a pretty self-explanatory app once you kind of get used to it. It's not too hard to find things. You just kind of got to get familiar with where things are. And if you have any video background, it's going to be so easy for you. It was a cinch to find the basic features, how to trim and things like that. So I hope you guys got something from this. You learned that it exists for one, and a little bit about how to use it. It's a really powerful, really easy, and pretty free tool. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, exactly. If you use anything with iMovie, CapCut will be like really easy for you to grasp, use, apply. So thanks, Laura. I like this 90-minute time period though. I don't know about you guys, but it feels like a little bit less rushed, more accomplished. I have fit these similar presentations into 60 minutes, but this 90 minutes I thought has been really good. What do you guys think? It might be, my classes are actually like 80 to 90 minutes long, so that's one reason why it's kind of easier for me. But yeah, I've liked it. Thanks, Laura. Good idea. Great decision.
You helped me out. Noah's been presenting. I think he's done the most workshops of any presenter. In
No
the history of
way.
IT 808. Yeah.
No
Here's your
way.
award. Yeah. So you're awesome. So that feedback is so helpful. I hope all of you had a great time too. But yeah, we tried to make it less rushed for everybody, the presenters and the attendees, but really to give that time to ask those questions. Sorry, if anybody has any other questions, Carrie,
no.
you're awesome too. Thanks for being room monitor.
Yeah, Carrie. All right, well, without further ado, that's pretty much it for CapCut for me today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and you come back next time. Show me a couple tricks that you've learned.
Thanks, Noah.
Oh, for sure.
Thanks, Noah.
Thank you. Right on. Thanks, Lance.
Mahalo to Noah Myers and for everyone's participation. We hope you found this session helpful and made some valuable connections. Special thanks again to our sponsor, Sacred Hearts Academy Honolulu and the Augustine Educational Foundation for making this conference free for the past 10 years.
Oh.
Please help us complete the survey on the website iteach808.com so we can continue to receive grant funding. You will also receive a certificate of participation after completing the survey and automatically entered to win one of 10 $10 Target gift cards if you complete the survey by February 4th. The survey will also be sent to the email address that you registered with. Please make sure to check your spam folder for any emails from iteach808hawaii@gmail.com. Thanks for being here today. Feel free to join the other sessions coming up and have a wonderful day. Just quickly want to put in the chat, iteach808.com. That's going to be the link for the survey. Thank you.
Thank you.